universal law of gravitation. Okay, right. So if you recall this a little bit, so what does the statement say? Universal law of gravitation states that if there are any two objects in this universe, okay, with particular mass m1 and m2, any two objects you can take. So if they are separated by a distance d apart, they are separated by a distance d, and the force of attraction between those two objects is given as directly proportional. That means the force among them is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distances between them or distance between them. So that is what is universal law of gravitation, what we have discussed yesterday. So our next topic is weight. So what is weight? So weight, already by this time you would be knowing that it is the force acting on any object present on the surface of the earth. Present on the surface of the earth. Okay, once before going to this, the direction of acceleration due to gravity. So direction of G is always towards the center of the earth. Center of the earth. Okay, always toward the center of the earth. Or if we consider earth, a part of the earth as a flat surface, then it is acting perpendicularly downwards. It is always perpendicularly acting towards the ground. Okay. So now let us discuss about this weight. Right. So this is what. Suppose that means we consider the earth as a sphere. Okay. Then the direction of acceleration due to gravity is always directed towards the center. Okay. G is you be anywhere. It is always directed towards the center of the earth. Okay. So if you consider this earth as a sphere, otherwise you take some part of the earth. You take some part of the earth which is flat, or the place or the area of earth which we are able to see with our eye. Okay, then in that place you can say it is acting perpendicularly downward. Okay, if this is the surface of the earth, then this is acting perpendicularly downwards to the surface of the earth, perpendicularly downward to the surface of the earth. So that is the concept regarding the direction of acceleration due to gravity. Then if we come to the concept of weight, what is weight generally? Weight is actually a kind of force. Weight is actually a kind of force. So the force with which an object or a person or whatever it is, the force with which an object is attracted towards the center of the earth is called weight. Okay. Right. So weight is the force with which an object is pulled or attracted towards the earth. Right. So this is the standard definition, or it is given by F is equal to mg. F is equal to mg. Or sorry. Okay. So F is equal to mg. Therefore, weight W equal to mg. So this is our formula for weight. So here what we are speaking is weight is a kind of force. Weight is a kind of force which is experienced when it is on the surface. Means suppose if I take some object like this and then when I hold it in my hand or when I keep it on the ground, so then what happens is it is attracted by the surface of the earth with some force, that is the product of its mass and acceleration due to gravity. That is given as the product of its mass and acceleration due to gravity. So therefore what happens is exactly in the opposite direction, but equal in magnitude, another force called as normal force is also developed due to the contact. See, due to the contact. Okay. So contact force, you would have come across this word contact force in the last year's subject. Okay. So contact force can be resolved into one is frictional force, another one is the horizontal component of the contact force is frictional force, the vertical component of the contact force is normal force. So as long as there is no movement, frictional force will not be there, but normal force will be there. So which is equal to the weight of the object, but in the opposite direction. Both are same in magnitude, but opposite in direction. So they both get nullified. They both nullify each other, means get cancelled each other. So the object is at rest. Right. So now here the immediate question what arises is, if there is no surface, on which the object has to rest, that means if the object is undergoing free fall, so what is the situation? So that is what we will discuss now. So here weight is given as the force which is, or the force with which an object is pulled towards, attracted towards that, or we can say the force acting on any body. Okay, simply to say weight is the force acted upon any object by the earth. So like this also you can define. It is nothing but the force with which the earth is attracting the object. The force with which the earth is attracting the object. So how will you measure the weight of an object? If it is a small object, then we have a what is this instrument called as spring balance? What is that? Spring balance. So here we will be having a marking. So there will be a pointer here, a hook, and then a pointer will be there. Okay. So to this hook, generally you can hang any weight. You can hang some object. Okay, then it shows 0, etc. It shows the weight in grams and grams mostly. So it shows in gram. So now here what is happening is to get the weight of an object. So when you hang this one, this will move down. So here the pointer will show you the pointer. There will be a pointer. Okay. So fixed to this hook. So this will be in action. This will be in action. When it is at rest, the pointer will be here. So when you hang any object, so this object is moving down. So as a result, this pointer is moving here over the scale, or the pointer you can draw like this, even like this. Okay. So this is the pointer. So here, with the help of a spring balance, you can measure the weight of any object. Okay. So here we have a small activity. So first what you do is you take a spring balance, hang some weight. Okay. Hang some weight to it and note its weight. Then what you have to do is you should take this spring balance separately and you can tell your friend to take the spring balance along with the object which is hanged to it, note its weight in the beginning, then you just leave it. You just leave that spring balance from certain height. Okay, when your friend is doing that one, you notice whether the pointer is showing any weight or not. Whether the pointer of the spring balance is showing any weight or not when the spring balance is in the air. That means when the spring balance is left over, or when the spring balance is falling freely from particular height. So these two people you can take the help of one another person. That means your friend, you can take the help. So that you will be able to observe the change here. Okay. So initially when it is hanged to a particular support, and then you have hanged the object to it, so it is showing the reading. That means the weight of the object. But when you are leaving it freely like that, that means when you are leaving the spring balance freely, so if you notice, then you will come to wonder, because the result I will tell now. So you can do another activity. That is what is given in our book. So you take a paper cup or paper glass like this, and then you make holes at the two ends exactly in the opposite. Okay. So now you hang a rubber band here. Hang a rubber band. So this is the rubber band which has to be hanged. Okay. So then what you have to do is take a small pebble. Pebble means you know, a small pebble. And then you have to put it on the rubber band. Rubber band or rubber strap. Rubber strap. So this is rubber band. Okay. Now what you have to do is place a pebble on that strap. Okay. Place a pebble on this strap. What we have, you will notice there is a change in the position of the strap. Yes or no? So the rubber strap or the rubber band will get down. That means it is lowered. Right, you have kept a table here. Small pebble. So its position is lowered. You see, its position is lowered. Okay, the position of the rubber band is lowered. So why it is lowered? Why it is bending down? It is due to the weight of this stone. Okay, because the weight of the stone is acting on the rubber band. Weight of the stone is acting on the rubber band, which was tried earlier. Okay, so this is the first activity. So this is the first activity. This is the activity 2. Suppose if you think. So two activities we have. Now here also what you have to do is you take this paper cup. Okay, this is the paper cup. Paper cup or cardboard cup or cardboard cup. So just so here what you have to do here, first what did you do here? You have noticed the weight of this particular object, and then you were told to leave it from certain height and then notice the reading on the spring balance. Okay, this is the spring balance because a spring will be here. So this spring will be. So that spring is giving you the weight of this particular object that is hanged to it. Yes or no? Right. So this is the next activity. So here what you are doing is you are taking a paper or a cardboard cup. Okay, then drill 2 holes exactly in the opposite side so that you can fix a rubber band through them. Okay, you can fix a rubber band here like this. So then what you have to do is place one small pebble, a stone. Okay, pebble means stone only. So place it on that rubber band and notice the change. What happens? The rubber band gets lowered. Okay, due to its weight, okay, it bends down, it comes down, its level is lowered. So now what you are supposed to do is you take this paper cup. Okay, you have to take this paper cup and you leave it from certain height, and then you have to see whether this rubber band is bent like this or straight away like this. So you will wonder if I tell the result now. So when you are leaving this spring balance from certain height, when you are leaving this spring balance from certain height, what is happening is, okay, as there is no what is the normal reaction. Okay, when you are leaving it from certain height, okay, its weight it shows as 0. Weight is shows, that means here the spring balance will not show any reading. The spring balance will not show any reading at all. So which means that this object is having no weight. That means as if the object has no, where the weight has gone, it did not go anywhere. Only thing is, as the normal reaction is absent in that particular situation, as a normal reaction means here when the object is hanged, tension is developed in the spring, no? Okay, that tension force is getting absent when it is falling freely. When it is falling freely, so here that is absent, and here, okay, the normal reaction is disappearing for only a while. It is disappearing only for the fraction of second. So up to what time the normal reaction is disappearing? So as long as the body is in the air. As long as the body is in the air means it is falling freely. But again, when it is falling down, then again it will show you the weight, or it will be like this only. So what is the concept you have to understand here is, weight is the force which is acting on a body by the earth. So that is confirmed, no doubt in that one. Because any object is resting on the surface of the earth. So as long as an object is resting on the surface of the earth, surely there will be a normal reaction. That means the force which is present perpendicularly in the upward direction, which is opposite to the direction of the weight of the object. That is what you call it as normal reaction, no? So for the freely falling body, this normal reaction will be disappearing. That means normal reaction is zero, therefore weight is zero. So here you will find that the rubber band will be straight like this when the cup is falling. So how to do, sir? So it is difficult to observe means what you can do is, generally you can take a what is that one? Weighing balance. Okay, you tie it to your leg and then you have to jump from at least 3 floors. Okay, 3-floor building, and while you are coming down, you have to check at your weight, whether how much your weight is shown by the weighing balance. Don't do this simply for joke, I am saying. That is the only method, because generally observation is difficult in these two cases. So how to observe when it is falling? Actually it is difficult, but it is true. So something otherwise, what can a little bit practical example, what can I say is, the same thing, you can jump into a swimming pool, because when you are jumping from particular height into water, then you will not get hurt, no? So that is the only method to observe weightlessness when you are, or if you have to observe. Okay, both of these don't do. Okay, I don't know how many of you know swimming also, but anyway, whatever it is. So finally, what is the fact is, an object which is falling freely, okay, will be feeling weightless. Okay, so as long as it is under the free fall, as long as it is in the free fall, its weight appears to be zero, not actually zero. Okay, it appears to be zero only, because due to the absence of the normal reaction. Suppose the same thing, suppose when you are in a lift, suddenly the lift breaks down. The lift, suppose if some wires are cut of that lift, what happens? It is almost like a free fall only. Okay, so even in that situation also, your weight will be zero only. And another case I can say, another case is when you are in the space. Suppose when you are in the space means going in a space shuttle or International Space Station, ISS. ISS is actually International Space Station. So it is located nearly some 700 kilometers above the Earth, and it is moving with a speed of 30,000 kmph around the Earth. Okay, the speed of the International Space Station around the Earth is 30,000 kilometers per hour. So it will also complete nearly 16 rounds in 24 hours. Okay, so it will complete 16 rounds around the Earth in 24 hours, means 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets. Those people, those who are there in the International Space Station, they will experience. So for what it is built, actually it took 12 years to build this. So the time taken to build or to construct this ISS in the space, it is 12 years. So by totally many countries like America, Europe, Japan, Russia, etc. Okay, so it is only meant for doing research. It is for doing research. Here research means to find any medicine or to see the behavior of these chemicals in the zero gravity situation. So there also, if that means if you are moving around a rocket or in a satellite around the Earth, there also you will feel this weightlessness. What is that? Here weightlessness. Here we are calling it as weightlessness. So this is the concept. So when will you feel weightless means, okay, under these all circumstances, okay, first case, when you are in a free fall, that means when you are present in any vehicle like a satellite or any this one, such a thing like International Space Station, which is revolving around the Earth at a particular height, okay, there you will feel weightlessness, because if you take a weighing balance and check your weight there, it will show 0 only. Okay, so generally if you see some YouTube videos weightlessness, okay, in some space centers or space stations, people will be floating, or flying, you can say. Okay, even the famous scientist Stephen Hawking also happened to go into space. You can see the YouTube videos of Stephen Hawking in the space. That means he was taken to the space in a space vehicle. So there also he was literally floating. He was floating, which means that any position in the space is comfortable only. Suppose on the Earth, if we keep our head down and lift your legs up, then you will feel lot of pressure on the head. Yes or no? But it is not the situation in the satellite or any ISS, such thing like that. Okay. So like that, weightlessness, when will you feel weightlessness means when there is no normal reaction. So scientifically, if we have to say scientifically, when there is no normal reaction, then your weight becomes 0. So will your weight change from planet to planet? Yes, surely it is going to change. Because what is the formula for weight? Here we have mg, no. So where g is the acceleration due to gravity. So the acceleration, if acceleration due to gravity changes, then your weight changes. So the best example is when you land on the moon, your weight will be reduced by 6 times. Okay, your weight will be reduced by 6 times. Means suppose if you are weighing 60 kg on the Earth, if you are weighing 60 kg on Earth, then on moon the value of g is 6 times less, we are saying, no? So your weight on moon will be 60 by 6, that is 10 kg. So 60 by 6, that is 10 kg. So what has to be done? So how to overcome this? That means our astronauts have already landed on the moon, no? Like Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, etc. Okay, so how did these people manage? So they will be putting on the extra weight, okay, so that they can walk freely. They can walk freely on the moon. Otherwise, they will be flying. They will be literally flying on the moon mostly. Okay, that's why they will put the extra load. So here, to get the actual weight, that means which is required to move on the moon. So a person who is weighing 60 kg, so he is weighing 10 kg, he will weigh 10 kg on the moon. So what is the difference now? 60 minus 10, how much? 50. So he has to put on 50 kg more to feel the same weight on the moon. That means the person who is weighing 60 kg, if he has to walk normally on the moon, means he has to bear an extra load or weight of 50 kilograms on him in order to move this one comfortably on the moon surface. So weight varies from place to place. Even on the Earth also, the place, that means the people, those who are at the equator will have comparatively very less weight, will weigh less weight when compared to the same person when he go to the poles. And then if you see his weight there, at the poles the person will weigh little more, and at the equator the person will weigh little less weight. Okay, that is due to the rotational effect of the Earth. It is due to the rotational effect. So on what factor does the weight of the person depend? So the weight of the person will change, means will reduce as you go deeper into the Earth. If you go deeper and deeper into Earth also, your weight will change, means your weight will reduce. And if you go very height above the surface of the Earth also, your weight will reduce, but little only, mostly 1 or 2 kg, that's all. If you are going deeper into a mine, suppose 10 kilometers deeper inside, okay, that much deep is it there? Okay, not there. Okay, suppose if you are going to that much of depth, so then also your weight will reduce by 2 to 3 kgs, not much, only 2 to 3 kgs your weight will reduce. And also in a similar case, another case is when you go above the surface of the earth, when you go to a height above the surface of the earth, nearly double. Okay, so suppose if you are going 10 kilometers deeper into the earth, then to get the same effect means above the surface you have to go at least 20 to 30 kilometers above the surface of the earth. Okay, then your weight will reduce. Then the third case, at the equator also your weight is less, but at the poles your weight will increase little bit. That is due to the rotational effect of the earth. So this is about the changes of weight of a person on the earth. Actually, suppose if you are going to a planet, suppose you take Jupiter. Jupiter is nearly 130 times greater than the size of the earth. So there the gravitational force is enormous. See, here we are having G means, suppose you think that G equal to 10 here, 10 meter per second square. But if you land on Jupiter, what happens is that your weight will grow enormously, so that it is very, very, very difficult even to lift your leg also. So much of gravitational force. That means you will be pulled towards that Jupiter with such a force that you can't even lift your leg there. You can't even lift your, okay, nobody went to Jupiter, but scientifically today it is already known that the gravitational force on Jupiter is nearly 130, I think so, or 13, I forgot the number, but anyway, 13 times, let us suppose. Okay, anyway, that also is more only, so that it is very, very difficult even to walk. So that means here, your weight will vary according to the gravity, acceleration due to gravity. This is a very, very important point which you have to remember. Okay, so always, what should you remember? The definition of weight. Weight is always the force with which an object is pulled or attracted towards the earth. Here, if you are on the earth, if you go to some other planet, you have to change this word. If you are on Neptune, Neptune. If you are on Jupiter, it is Jupiter. If you are in Saturn, it is Saturn. If you are on Mars, you have to replace this with the Mars. Okay, so like that, our weight or the weight of an object will change from planet to planet, even sun also. If you are able to, okay, it is very, very difficult, impossible nowadays. Suppose you are going to a star also. So gravity of sun is some thousands of times greater than that of any planet in this solar system. So that is about the case of changes of weight of an object. Then this is about the concept of weightlessness. Okay, understood? Weightlessness. So we'll go to the next topic, that is center of gravity. Center of gravity. So the next concept, what we have is center of gravity. What is the center of gravity? So let us understand with the help of certain activities. So you take a long 1 meter scale. Okay, meter scale. Okay, so you take a meter scale like this. Now you have to try to balance this by catching at some point. Suppose if you are catching at this position, what happens? Suppose if you are catching at this position, suppose if you catch at this position, your meter scale will become like this. Means here the forces that are at this end will be less and these forces will be more. So this is the situation. Or suppose if you catch at that end, so what happens? Your meter scale will come to a position like this, something like this. Okay. So this is the experience what you can observe. Okay. Suppose if you are catching here. So if you catch it here, so these are the forces and these are the forces. So now to balance this one, I hope you would have understood by this time. So what we are going to discuss, this is the topic actually. Okay, so that means when you are trying to balance an object, okay, suppose if it is an irregular object like this, okay, something like this. So how would you do? You catch it at a certain point and you draw one vertical line, okay, or if you are catching here like this, then you draw another vertical line like this, and then you try to put it on a stand, okay, and with the help of a holder, okay, with the help of a holder, you drop a pointer, that means here. Okay, you hang certain weight with the help of a string, okay, like this, and then the point where these two beats is called as the center of gravity. This is the center of gravity of an irregular shaped object. Okay, let us come to this case first. Now, actually, what is the concept of center of gravity? Before going to the concept of center of gravity, let us try to discuss this one. Okay, I will, right, we have a scale here, very nice. So, very good. I hope you are able to see this. Okay, now suppose, see, if I catch here, what is happening? It is falling down. Suppose, if I catch here also, what is happening? It is falling down. Now, with respect to me, I am speaking. So, little bit, even if I catch here also, it is not balancing. Suppose if I catch here also, it is not balancing. Are you able to see? Okay, are you able to see this? Suppose if I catch here, it is falling down like this. Suppose if I catch here, it is falling down like this. So, if I have to catch such that it is not getting rotated, that means we should not get the rotational effect. means even now also it is little bit different. Even now also it is catching. Okay. Okay, now you see. Okay, now also it is rotating. Okay, now. Right. So exactly at the center. So this is nearly 99 means 50. Okay, right, 100. Okay. So if I catch here now, there is no rotational effect. Have you observed now? Okay. Now here what is happening is when I am holding this like this, exactly at the center. Okay, exactly. Okay, not at the center now. Okay. Okay. Right. So if you see this, so now what is happening? The amount of, so with respect to me, I will speak now. The amount of, so with respect to me, okay, this is anti-clock. This is anti-clock and this is clock. Or otherwise, with respect to you, if I have to say, okay, right. So now this is clockwise direction and the forces that are this side. See, this clockwise forces. Okay. Forces that are, these are the, so these are anti-clock forces, anti-clock direction. Okay. So these are the forces in clockwise direction. Okay. So forces in clockwise direction, forces in anti-clockwise direction. So these are also, okay, now this is the forces and now this is the forces. Okay. So downward means what here? So this is the effect. So it is causing a rotational effect, no? Rotational effect. Okay. So these clockwise and anti-clockwise forces are making the object to rotate or not. See, if I am holding like this, see, it is rotating. Or no? So it is rotating like this. So in order to not to make the object to rotate, so that means the point where, okay, if it is caught or if it is okay, what to say, the point where the entire mass of the object appears to be concentrated. Okay, the point where entire mass of the object, appears to be concentrated. Is called the center of gravity. It's the center of gravity. So that is the concept of center of gravity. That means here, when you are catching hold of this scale, suppose this is a regular object. Okay. So this scale is a regular object, but how to find the shape or center of gravity for an irregular object, something like this. So you have to catch here first. So this is the end first, and then you have to draw an imaginary line. Okay. Then it is not getting balanced. So you have to catch at this point once again, or some point. Okay. So that you draw one another vertical line with respect to this one. So now these two lines will meet at a point. So from there, if you hang, that means if you hang this lamina or irregular shaped cardboard, then from this point, then it will be balanced. That means it will not have any rotational effect. Okay. So it will not be having any rotational effect. So if you are hanging from this particular point, you can take any irregular shaped cardboard or lamina or steel plate, whatever it is. Okay. So this is the method to find the center of gravity for an irregular shaped object. For regular shaped object, exactly in the center, if you catch, then you can make the object not to rotate. Only thing is, you should see that the turning effect is not seen. So that you have to catch at a point such that the object should not rotate. That's all. So wherever you find that point where the object is not having the turning effect, such a point we call it as center of gravity of that object, center of gravity of that particular object wherever it is. Now coming to the definition of the center of gravity. So what is, suppose you think that your bicycle, okay, not bicycle, suppose bike has fallen down, your bike has fallen down, something, the students or somebody they have, okay, somebody, neighbors or small kids, they have pushed it. Now to lift this bike, okay, suppose, okay, so this is the bike, no? Suppose if the bike has fallen down like this, so are you trying to lift the bike by catching in the center like this and lifting up, or will you catch here somewhere and try to lift it up? So where will you feel comfortable? You will try to catch hold somewhere roughly at the center, and then you will try to lift up. Even bicycle also, if you find the bicycle fallen down, will you try to lift it up by catching at the front wheel or the back wheel? No. So you will exactly try to catch hold at the seat, okay, and then you will, or middle part of the bicycle, and then you will lift up. Yes or no? Then you will lift the bicycle. So what is the point there? What is the science there? At the center of, that means unknowingly you are catching it at the center of gravity, so that you will feel little comfortable when compared to the other point. Okay. So why it is like that means the entire mass appears to be concentrated there. Appears to be. That means the resultant of all the forces. The resultant of all the forces will be at this particular center, at the center of that particular object, which is called as center of gravity. So what is the definition once again? The point where the entire mass of the object appears to be concentrated is called as its center of gravity. So is every time the center of gravity, the point center of gravity lying always on the object? No. Suppose if you take a ring, which is in the circular shape, so its center of gravity is its geometrical center. Why? Because you can hang it like this, or otherwise, that means if you have to draw any two lines like this, and now this point, if you have to hang from this point, okay, so this is the center. So geometric center, or even for a regular shaped object like a square, then also the center of gravity is, it's a geometric center only, centroid. Or if it is a triangle, then it's a centroid G. What is that? It's the centroid. Is the centroid G you would have studied, no? So this is the center of gravity, centroid. So centroid of a triangle you will indicate with the alphabet capital G, no? So if it is a regular shaped object, if the shape is regular, then its geometric center itself is the center of gravity. Okay. Otherwise, if there is an object like a boomerang, okay, now you might have seen this boomerang, no? Boomerang. So that means this is like a weapon used by these people, those who are living in forest, some areas, Africa, somewhere, even India also. So if you throw it like this, it will go round and again come to you only, so that you can hold it again. So for this, the center of gravity is located, okay, somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. That means you can extend this shape like this. So you can complete the polygon like this. So somewhere it is here. Okay, for the boomerang, this is the center of gravity point. That means there is no rule that always the center of gravity should lie on the object only. So if this is a ring, so for a ring, where is the center of gravity? At its geometric center. Hollow ring, I am saying. Hollow, or your bangle. Suppose girls, you are wearing the bangles, no? So for a bangle, what is the center of gravity? It's the geometric center. So its geometric center means at that particular point there is no mass, no. So bangle is in a circular shape, but its center of gravity is not on the bangle. Similarly, hollow shapes like this. Okay, understood. So suppose if you are sitting on a chair like this, so you try to stand up without bending. Without bending, you can't. It is impossible because the center of gravity line, okay, is passing at your back. So that if you don't change that point, then it is very difficult to stand. So that is the only reason why you can't get up like that only from the chair without pressing your foot towards the ground. Okay, understood. So this is the concept regarding even the center of gravity also. I hope you have understood this. Okay. So thank you for listening. And mostly from the next class, we will start the questions that are given at the end of the chapter. And once again, I tell you, wish you